Hello. Hi. So I'm back, and today will be more Wuthering Waves. So today, it's going to be a little bit different on my end in terms of what I'm going to chat about today. Because this past weekend has been a weekend where stuff happened which forced me to reflect a lot with what I'm currently doing, I plan to do, and my efforts towards those things. So I'm gonna elaborate more relevant to like streaming, and maybe other parts of my life if I want to elaborate. While I'm playing the game. Yeah. So I think we'll just straight away start with the game. Let me just do some ranking of settings here. So there we are, there we are, and there we are. Okay, that's the game. Hopefully the game audio is fine. Should be okay. Yeah, should be okay. Okay, so that's the game now. Alright, so first things first, some uncomfortable subjects, just as a preface, just as to not highlight, but like, you know, a starting base on where I come from and what it has to do with me now. Okay, so for the past I think almost 1 year, I've been going to see a therapist. I think I've mentioned
I see my way clear.
I think I mentioned it like a little bit here and there, offhandedly, that I go for therapy. But I don't think I explained why too much. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think I explained why. This is not going deep into, you know, why I go to therapy, but there is a reason how this connects to me starting to stream. So, you know, like every other people going for therapy, they go for a certain issue. Mine was depression and anxiety, and the root cause of it was like my home life experience and my school life experience, you know. So this was probably 2 months ago, 1.5 months ago, about a and I was sitting down with my therapist in therapy and all that, and she brought up the topic about I brought up the topic about discovering VTubing and discovering streamers in, you know, and like how I felt that they were doing wonderful, like what they do appeals to me a lot. And she asked why that would appeal to me, you know, because I just said it appealed, but I didn't really extend any further, like why it appealed. I just know that it appealed. So I was watching mostly VTubers content, you know, and sometimes I would catch live streams. Sometimes it was the VOD, you know, typical VOD watcher. VOD watcher, yeah, typical VOD watcher. So then she brought up another list, which was a list of things where majority of the people find happiness about. You know, it can be fulfillment, it can be values, it can be material things. You know, there was no really judging of them. And I pointed out a couple of them, you know. I pointed out a couple of them, and she said that, okay, it was item A, B, and C. What do you make of these? You know, she asked me like what do you think is common between them? And I looked at the words that I picked, and I didn't want to admit it at first, but it was basically a sense of community, a sense of being together with people that are like-minded, that like what I like, that I like what they like. And she pointed out is that this is a major part of me finding fulfillment, is that I want to share my experience. I want to hear about other people's experience. I want to share my likes, anything, and anything, because that for me, sharing is a form of connection. Okay. Let me just check this. Oh, it's spectral. Yeah, so then she pointed out that this is probably why you felt that VTubing looked very fulfilling, because it was a method of sharing that appealed to me a lot. Okay. And it dawned on me, like, I never really thought about it before, I never really thought about it before. And it was interesting because, like, I never saw myself as someone that liked to share. In fact, I don't share. I don't share a lot of things. So it took me a while to, like, sit with it and really understand that, yeah, it is something that is important to me, being able to share my experience, share my dislikes, and especially if it's like trading knowledge as well, that's a good thing as well. And so, like, the rest of the session went on, further discussing this, and it was a very weird aha moment for me. I don't know how else to explain this. A very weird aha moment for me, because like, how do I can't even really explain it, because it's like it's like, oh my god, no wonder I felt so shitty the whole time. I was like, no wonder I felt so shitty about myself, which was, to other people, it might be like a very intuitive thing, like they can troubleshoot themselves, like, what is it that is bothering them. But I cannot. I cannot. And it was there's also such a big release after that, once I kind of knew that, oh, it's because of this. It's because of this. And I went home after my session, and I thought about it a little bit more, and I thought, at that point it pushed me closer to, okay, I want to stream. Because after seeing YouTubers and streamers do their thing, I was like, okay, that's something I want to give a try, and but I had imposter syndrome, and rightfully so. I say this because, like, I didn't have skill. I didn't have knowledge or skill about streaming or VTubing or like any of the equipment to VTube. to like do VTubing or streaming, you know? So I was like, okay, we just put this on the back burner for now. We'll put this on the back burner for now, and we'll come back to it another time. Fast forward maybe 1 or 2 weeks afterwards, I was having a shitty day. You know, like I had stuff to do with the kitchen. I had to get certain things for the kitchen that I couldn't get until the next working day, even though I actually urgently needed. It was a wild ride for me that one weekend. So hold on. Okay. Yeah. It was a wild weekend for me. So and out of everything that happened,
The die is cast.
Rejuvenating snow.
I found a cockroach in my kitchen sink. You know, and it wasn't small, you know. I don't know what kind of Asian cockroach it was. But it was big, it was juicy. And you know, it was intimidating. But I couldn't handle it. I killed the thing. But it put me at the edge. It put me at the edge so bad. Oh, it put me at the edge so bad. Nice. Yeah, it put me at the edge so bad. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck this shit. And for the next, I think at that point in time it was like 7 PM. I was so done with the day. I was so done with everything. I was done with doing my chores. I was done with everything. I don't want to do anything. I had things happen. It was a build-up of small inconveniences that shouldn't have bothered me, but it did. And it did so bad. And because it was consecutive, like I couldn't recover. There was no recovery time for me at all.
You will obey.
So
No hesitation.
I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stream. I'm just gonna stream because I need to talk it out. I need to talk these big feelings that I have for admittedly like no reason, to be honest, but I needed to get it out because I'm that kind of person that if something happened to me and if I can't get it out one way or another, it's going to bite me in the ass in a not very nice way, you know? So I opened Twitch, which to be honest is a big mistake. I probably should have stuck with YouTube, you know, because my first instinct should have been to use YouTube, but you know, here am I, like, because when you think of streaming, you think of Twitch, you know, and that's just how it is.
Saw that coming.
So I opened Twitch. I'm like, okay, how do I start to stream? I knew about OBS at the time, but I knew for what I wanted to do, it was going to take me a long time to learn about it. So I'm like, oh, there's Twitch Studio. Okay, let's do that instead, you know? And
None shall whisper.
So I downloaded Twitch Studio. Very easy setup, to be honest. And I streamed. I streamed. I think I streamed either Genshin and maybe both, because like I was just doing my simple nightly routine every day, which was log on to Genshin, do the dailies, do whatever events is there, and the same thing with Stario, you know? So then I just talked. I really just talked. I talked about the frustrations that I had, mostly about that cockroach, to be honest, because that was the last straw for me on that day. And it was the ridiculous type of straw to break on, you know. Oh my lord. Ooh-wee. I just needed to get it out of my chest because it was so ridiculous, you know? Like, not only did I have to deal with the cockroach, but it was the cockroach that broke my patience, you know? So I ranted probably for a good hour, and then I just talked about other stuff, and then it wasn't so bad,
Target
you know?
confirmed.
I thought, okay, this is nothing, and like anyone can hit Starstream and just continue and like just start streaming. So I was like, I also had fun. I had fun talking. I had the space to talk, which was rare for me because I always thought I had to talk to a person to just talk about things, you know, like like a normal conversation. But like, I also realized like streamers just talk, and people are willing to listen. And for me, my biggest thing at that point in time when I started streaming was that, will people listen to me? Will people understand what I'm experiencing? Will people relate to me? Because I feel like if I am one person and there's, you know, the quote 1 in a million, I saw this post years ago, and the stats would probably have increased by now, but if you describe yourself as 1 in a million, then out there are possibly about 2,200 of me out there. And I mean, when I first saw that post, it made me feel like, oh yeah, it's kind of like a jab to say that, you know, not everyone's special. There's no highly unique person. You may be slightly different, you know, but like, you know, nothing too crazy. Like, you're not the only kind of person in the world. There is going to be someone else that is very similar to you. And previously I thought of it as a bad thing, but now it seems like, oh my god, I have more people to talk about what I like, and that is such a blessing for me, at least. Because like I didn't grow up with peers who liked what I liked, which is anime, games, especially like action games and stuff, you know? Like people were more like, at least the people around me at that time, they were more like socialites. even though they didn't really have the the material to back it up. But it was so most of the people around me were like that, so I just kept my distance. But it I mean, even though like no company is better than bad company, but no company was also very demoralizing. Even to this day. And because of how my childhood at school, primarily at school, like how that happened, it shaped, I mean, it didn't teach me all the social skills that I need to have. So I'm still, even at 20, this year I'll be 28, and I'm socially awkward as hell. I don't dare to stay out of my house on my own for a long period of time, which is dumb, you know? Like, I go out alone just to do groceries. That's the extent of me going out on a lengthy excursion of anything.
Shadow follows.
So,
Target confirmed.
So like, I reviewed what I did on my first stream, in a sense that how I felt after the stream, how I felt before the stream, you know, and like I didn't care about the technical issues, because technical stuff you can learn how to amend them, and I can learn how to make them better. But I was more concerned about me talking, about me sharing or oversharing in a lot of cases, you know. And I had to make sure that I wasn't that I was careful with the choice of words that I picked to say, because I tend to use wrong choices of words. I tend to use wrong choices of words, basically.
War spares no one.
But I can tell you now, like, looking back, I mean, I don't have the VOD of my very first stream, but I can tell you that my speech has gotten better. I had a lot of pauses in between previously, and
None shall whisper.
it bothered me. it bothered me a lot, but I knew, and it was true, you know, because like the more I talked, the more I was comfortable talking, the more I was comfortable hearing my voice as well, because that was also another thing that I didn't like about myself, which was my voice, you know. Okay, so I also knew that when I hit record, obviously no one's gonna come watch my stream, which if you watch every other video that says, okay, what to do when you're starting out, or what to know when you're starting out streaming, they'll say your first live, you're not gonna get anyone, which is true, and that is partially because like you just started. Oof, lucky.
No hesitation.
You just started, and so like you need to get discovered, and you need to put work in that. That was also the second thing that a lot of people were saying in those kind of videos, was that you need to put work into being discovered, because Twitch's discoverability algorithms are shitty, and obviously being someone who's not doing any kind of marketing or branding at the moment, like I can understand like why it's shitty. Okay, hold on. So but I took it as just like, okay, this is the time for me to hone my craft. This is the time for me to make all the mistakes, to train my speech, to learn how to be more engaging, and to be more confident in myself, even though no one's watching me. You know, because that in itself is a skill that I need to be able to engage with 0 viewers, as dumb as that sounds, you know?
You will obey.
So
With the sounds.
Okay, so that's what I've been doing the past couple of weeks, you know, just playing what I want to play, trying stuff what I want to try, and then I think like couple streams into streaming, couple streams into streaming. I think it was the Twitch studios. They had like a little announcement on the top of the interface that says, okay, they're going to be shutting down Twitch studios. I don't know if that's true, but I assume it's true, because it's on the Twitch studio main interface, you know. And so I'm like, okay, oh my god, now I have to learn OBS, you know, and OBS is not a very intuitive program, but it's very, very useful, and it has like a wide community, a big community that helps improve the program and develop plugins and stuff like that to make the programs better. So I'm like, okay, I mean, in the end, like I still had to come back to OBS. There were other interfaces. I think it was like Streamlabs and some other thing. I can't remember. But I chose OBS because that's the one that I know, one that I've heard of. Nice. So that's what I went with, you know. And it took me some time. I think it was like 2 or 3 streams to get myself acclimated with the interface and what I wanted to do. on the interface, and it was just stream after stream. I was just discovering, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I just went ahead and made this happen, you know. I just went ahead and read up things, installed things, troubleshoot things, so that I can use it. Because in the end, that's what I want to use. I want to use the program. And right now, yeah, sure, the program is, I'm still using probably the basic functions. I'm not using the other stuff, but I have looked up some plugins. I'm using one plugin now, or two plugins. One is for chat, and one is for linking my YouTube channel on OBS so that I can stream concurrently. Because I discovered Twitch discoverability was shit. So like it was just trial and error, you know. Like, okay, first it was chat, and first it was dual streaming, and then it was chat, and then like, okay, what else do I want to think? What I want to play? I'm figuring what I want to play, and you know, different things. For now, I was, at that point in time, I was pretty much okay with the kind of setup that I had and the kind of scheduling that I had. But then, how to say? I know for myself. Okay, I know for myself. It's only been, maybe a month, a whole month, a month and a half, 2 months, and you know, zero visibility. But I can understand that because I'm not doing any marketing. I'm not putting myself out there. It's just me going at it at the games that I play, you know, which for growing is not good. But if it's simply just a hobby level, then that's fine, right? And then somewhere along the lines, having it as just a hobby wasn't enough for me. And I felt upset that that I wasn't growing. But I knew I wasn't growing because specifically I wasn't doing anything to grow or to gain viewership. And I had to learn that focusing on those things is not a bad thing. But it shouldn't be the end all be all of you know, it shouldn't be the end all be all of why you're streaming, because those are things that just help you to those are things that help you to grow. Statistics and analytics are what helps you grow. You refer that, you use the data, and you know, you grow with that. It's only today where I kind of accepted that okay, if I'm gonna take this seriously or take it more seriously, not as a career but to actually make something out of it, I need to start thinking very seriously about this, you know, like putting myself out there, marketing, branding, I won't say assets, but graphics, visuals, illustration, my targets, you know, things like this that gives me direction. And sad to say, I wasn't giving myself a lot of direction when I started this. So I was just kind of winging it. There's pros and cons to also just winging it, because like, you discover things, what you like, what you don't like, what you're good at, what you're not good at, but also you also can lose your way very quickly, and that's what you don't want. And I've hit a point where I'm losing myself very quickly. I'm losing myself very. Oh, should we just let me just do a quick tempo. I can do 2 tempos. Nice. Okay. Confirm. Confirmed. Okay. Nothing to see here, boys. Yeah, so... What was I on? See, this is also another issue of mine, is that like once I get sidetracked, I have a high potential to forget what I was saying before this. So it's all this to say is that now I'm actually formulating a plan. I am actually considering formulating a plan. Like preparing things, you know?
None shall whisper.
Yes, to like make the experience better and to make myself, my skills better as well.
Target confirmed. All is fair in war.
Oh my goodness.
Unleash the fangs.
Oof.
Sever.
Well, let me focus a little bit. Very potong steam, huh?
Down with the curtain.
Oh my gosh.
One with the sounds.
Oh, the side. Okay. Ha! Not done!
You will obey. Target confirmed.
Ooh. Okay, oh, okay, nice. So, okay, I can talk a little bit now. So yeah, over the weekend, stuff happened and it put me in a very bad state. I was already physically tired.
It's time. Stay calm.
Yeah, physically tired, mentally tired because I was physically tired, and then also emotionally tired.
None shall whisper.
Oh my lord, this is everything to be done. Oh fuck.
Embracing change. Verity shines.
So it made me go into a bad.
All is fair.
I would say it's a depressive episode. You know where like you try to do things and you just can't. And then, but for me, it's an additional layer of like I was just anxious. I was very restless, and I couldn't find out why. I don't know why. I was so anxious, and it was to the point where 2 nights consecutively I cried. That was how bad it was. And people may not truly understand why that may look bad, but if you're crying every night or consecutive nights, something is wrong, but you don't know why, and that is what's killing you, and that's what happened to me.
It's time.
So I was more focused on finding out why I was feeling that way, because it crept up on me to the point where it exploded, which is when I cried. And it made me realize that, oh, it's because of this particular event that happened over the weekend. Like, even though I resolved it, technically I resolved it, but because that thing happened, it affected me a lot. It made me feel bad that something like that happened and I had no control over it. I think that was also the biggest part. I had no control over how it happened, why it happened. So it was when I figured out it was because of that thing, I'm like, okay, you found the source. Look, what are you gonna do about it? And that was the wrong thing to ask, to be honest. That was the wrong thing to ask. Because the right thing was to be like, okay, you found out, take a chill pill, rest, you know, and digest. Get it all out, and then you can formulate a plan. which I didn't do yesterday. So yesterday, the whole day I was feeling like shit. Okay, I did not read that. I was feeling like shit, and explosive charges. Okay. Okay, so okay, so because I'm aware of my mental health and stuff, I started journaling years ago. I started journaling years ago because I didn't have anyone I could talk to about things, and journaling is one way where it's a method of being able to talk to yourself and have tangible proof of that.
Shall whisper.
I think I also read somewhere like an Instagram post or something. They were saying like, if you have like heavy thoughts or things that bother you, write it down so that they can disappear from your mind. And I thought that was a very good way of putting what journaling is. I mean, to some people, of course, is recording the things that happened to them, the things that they've done before, memories and things like that. But for people like me, and I think for the other half of the people who are journaling, the reason they journal is they wanted clarity. They want clarity. They want to be able to make sense of why they're feeling such a way, and it's an activity of like processing how you're feeling. It's one way of processing how you feel. That's what journaling is for me, and it still is today. And in some cases, it's also a tool to help me with tasks, like making a list, making a list, writing down the process, writing down the steps of some things. But again, it's something that I did yesterday as well. Sometimes I write in my journal, sometimes you write it in a random scrap of paper, and then that's your holy grail that you put out for the next 3 years, and that's your goal, And I mean, people do that. I do that. That's what people do with vision boards. They have a goal, they make it, and they have fun while making that goal, making that vision board, and then it's just magic, to be able to see someone make a vision board and then have half or sometimes even more of those things come true within the year that they make it for. So I thought, okay, what could happen? It couldn't hurt to make it, So that's also one of the things that I did. I think, when did I do this? I think it was early March. This was around the time after I figured, okay, streaming is something that I potentially want to do. At that point in time, it wasn't clear whether I wanted to do it seriously or not, but it was something I wanted to try. And when you want to try things, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's gonna be successful or not, but it's the fact that you're trying. And the act of trying itself is an additional EXP bonus for a lot of people, actually. Okay, where? I see. Okay.
All is fair in war. War spares no one.
So like on my vision board, to be honest, it's very crappy. To me, it doesn't matter that it's not visually appealing or had that signature
down with the curtain
vision board aesthetic. It was more important that I write the stuff down. I write the stuff that I care about, that I want to work on, that I want to try. And in some cases, stuff that I want to buy as well. That was a goal as well that I want to focus on. Whether it's useful things or, just selfish things, it doesn't matter. Because the key here is that with vision boards is that you have a visual representation of what you want to achieve. And that in itself is actually a very powerful thing. Especially for people like me, you know, or people who have a hard time focusing on things. Okay, I jump where? Oh, that's not the place, but okay, that's fine. Okay, so, oh, I saw something. What's all this? Okay, never mind. Oh! I wonder what these mushrooms are called. Borealis. Okay. I know like I'm talking all over the place right now, but I'm literally speaking from my mind. This is stream of consciousness, baby. Like if people here have watched Grace Helvig, like her stream of consciousness videos were wild, but also I understand. I understand where she's coming from. What is that slither of red? Okay, let me change this. Yeah.
We're in this together.
So that's what's happening to me right now. There's no rhyme or reason. Oh my god. What? Hit all the target at once. How? Oh my god. What in the trippy world is this? How to hit it all at once? Hold on. Something. Ah. Wakarimasu. Okay. G. That's good. Well, let me focus and then I can continue talking. I understand. I hate it. I hate it. Okay. Let me focus on this. Okay, this thing's gonna go down. Is it gonna go in? No, it stays there. Nice. Okay.
Think you can catch up?
Stream of consciousness. I think in the future,
hide
if
from
it's
me.
just chatting, I'm just gonna tag it as stream of consciousness. Let me write that down. Let me write that down. Like, I have dedicated an unused planner. I mean, it was only $5, but I dedicated the back of it to be a thing I can use to write down stuff. Stream of consciousness. Yeah. Because I can yap. Not often, like some people, but I can still yap.
Let's see if the
And I
gains
yap
will be worth
about
the
the
effort.
stuff that I love and like
I see
what I
my
have strong opinions about. May not be a good thing to hear, but you know.
down with the curtain.
I hate the bear. I hate fighting the bear. Get wrecked. So yeah, stream of consciousness. Anything and everything. And for me, anything and everything is also like stationary. Yeah, I'm a stationary. I wouldn't say nerd, but I like stationery. I like nice things, and that's to the detriment of my wallet. for like I think that's the sentiment for most stationery lovers, you know. So for me, right, when I got introduced to stationery, it was
Target
through
confirmed.
watercolor, and there was this local store. There's this local store that I would say one of the few in the country, in my country, that specializes in this kind of stationery hobbyist thing, you know. And they had an Instagram, and I found their Instagram because I was looking for art supplies, and they had the particular art supplies that I wanted, but they weren't in my state. They weren't based in my state. So I'm like, okay, I can only experience, but okay, how do I say this? The shop wasn't in my state, but they had an Instagram, so I live vicariously through their Instagram on like what the shop has to offer, and like what's going on in the shop, basically.
Unexpected discovery.
And so I was just amazed, to be honest, that you know, stationery can be that extensive. It was not just watercolor, there was also like gouache. They mostly had watercolor and gouache, you know? And I mean, that was fine. That's what the shop had, but a lot of their stuff was from Japan as well. And to me, a country bumpkin, like things from Japan is a treat. It's luxury. Because
You can count
one,
on
it's
me.
hard to get where I'm from, and two, if you do get it, it's expensive. So I could only dream about getting Japanese stuff, you know. And the funny thing is, like, when I found the
can't
store
hide from
on
me.
like the Instagram page, I was in a very precarious time where that was basically my first mental breakdown. That was my first mental breakdown, and I was recovering, and art helped me recover a lot, generally a lot, because it was another form of expression. I think many people who started drawing because of mental health reasons, they probably share the same sentiment in that unexpectedly they can express a lot by drawing,
Curious
regardless
you
of
want me to join
whether
you in
the
person.
drawing is good or not.
Keep your fang.
So that was me in watercolor. And I was looking for better watercolor brushes, and that's how I stumbled upon them. And boy, did I find some good brushes, but of course they're expensive, you know? Good art brushes are always expensive, and that was like my first lesson I learned with stationery. It's like, good stuff is gonna be expensive, you know? I mean, there are other things, you know, like paper packs and stuff that you don't necessarily need to get like the $20 pack ones. You can get like the $2 pack ones. They exist, and they're great. They're still great, you know. And I got a bunch of them as well. Oh man, and now that I think about it, it was such a wild discovery, you know. After so this particular shop, right? Okay, in a different state, my home state, I was already working in retail. And so this is a retail shop, and then one day I saw that, oh my god, they're hiring, and I'm like, I will move states to work there. And I tried. The first time I tried, of course I didn't even pass the selection, you know, because
Target confirmed.
technically I wasn't in the same state as where the shop is located, so it's difficult if, oh my gosh.
All is fair.
It's difficult if the applicant is from a different
Misery
state.
follows.
It's always going to be more difficult for that particular applicant. Alright. Nice. Nice.
You will
Okay.
obey.
So then when I applied the second time, I got it. And I was so happy. But then COVID happened. COVID happened and it had to push back me moving to a different state 2 months. If I remember correctly, it's 2 months. Okay, where is the gosh darn thing that's making this miasma? Okay, never mind. We'll move you then.
Commence healing.
Saw that coming.
Okay.
Down with the curtain. One with the sounds.
Whew.
Embracing change.
Let's slip the dogs of war. Strike!
Okay. I can talk a little bit now. When COVID happened, right? When COVID happened, I was bummed because I was excited to start a new job and to move to a different state. But obviously it couldn't happen with my country being in lockdown. They closed everything, state borders, like even at one point district borders as well. So I had to wait until the state borders opened before I could make a move. And even when I started there, I actually stayed with my aunt for about two months, about 2-3 months, because I moved there June. In September, one of my best friends, her lease in her apartment for her apartment was going to expire, and I'm like, okay, let's move in together. You know, let's stay together because it's cheaper. And she's like, yeah, sure. So we made the move.
None shall
And
whisper.
it was difficult because right, like.
One with the sounds.
I barely had any funds. I barely had any funds, and when she moved, she had barely any funds as well. But somehow we made it work. I had to hand it to her. She did most of the hard carries about searching the place. Granted, she knew more about the housing situation in the state than I did, so I kind of left it up to her. And she was also the one that handled the contract.
None shall whisper.
I'm very grateful for her. I'm super grateful for her. If it weren't for her, like, it would not be possible for me to even conceive moving to this state that I'm currently in. Okay, these car insects.
Down with the curtain.
Gift. So like,
None shall
this
whisper.
stationery shop, right? The owner is super sweet. Everyone was super sweet, and I was like the odd egg that didn't know what to do for myself, you know. And at first it was all, you know, a learning experience, you know, understanding the business, learning what my role entailed, but I had a super great time working there. And it helped me heal a lot because part of the job was, because in the end it's retail, it's service, it's the service industry, and somehow, right, like working in the service industry helped me a lot. Just helped me a lot. It's connected with power. Okay. It helped me a lot to ground myself and center myself, and then came to a point where I could figure out what I wanted to do. I mean, there's never going to be a day where I'm not grateful for my friend who I shared an apartment with, and for that job, for taking me in, even though I was halfway across the country, you know. So I felt very lucky. Where do I put this thing? I have to put it somewhere. Here. Okay.
Cherish every gain.
Yeah, so hold on. So how I got into stationery, that's how I got into stationery. It's because I worked at a stationery shop. And it was a lot on like journaling, painting, these kind of things. So they had a lot of stickers, mail pads. And to be honest, like when I started working from them, they were kind of small, medium-ish small, but they had a loyal customer base, and your customers are always wonderful. And at first, I didn't really care much for stationery, you know, because I work a job. I work to complete the job, do the job properly, and, you know, earn some salary. But somehow working for the stationery shop, right, it helped me heal in ways I never expect, because it made me come in contact with art again, when at that point in time I had not done art in probably years. Let me talk back to this lady. So I worked there a couple of days, and then like kind of like to welcome me in the team, she gave me a fountain pen. Now people might think this is, you know, excessive, but I assure you it's more like a $20 fountain pen. Like my country currency. I think if I convert it to USD, it's probably $5 or something. It has to be. You know? Okay, let me do sensor. Okay. There we are. Oh. There. Okay, so I knew what a fountain pen was, but I thought, is it going to operate very differently? I wasn't very sure. I was, so that night when she gave me the fountain pen, it was a platinum preppy. It was fine nib, as all as most preppies are, and okay, and like I was worried on if I could use the pen or not, or if it's going to be difficult to use. But honestly, very quickly, like, I loved it. I fell in love with it. And because I fell in love with fountain pen, I fell in love with writing again. I fell in love with journaling again. And then I got poisoned by my colleagues with things like stickers, washi tape, rubber stamps and stuff. You would not believe, like,
stopping to relax once in a while serves for a stronger resonance with the world. My
first actual like bullet journal, or like journal in general, was a Leuchtturm. It was a Leuchtturm, and back then it was, how much was it? It was like 90 ringgit. Yeah, it was like 90 ringgit, and now it's like 120 or something like that. Yeah, inflation sucks. Ooh, more. And so, not the best paper for writing with fountain pens, but it's still good. It's still good paper, but not the best for fountain pens, because there's like ghosting, and some people don't like ghosting. But you know, it served its purpose. But I thought it was too expensive of a notebook to be used as a journal for my taste, you know. But I knew I wanted a notebook that was fountain pen friendly. And then I think it was around the time, I think it took me about a year and a half to finish that journal, because I didn't journal every day. Probably once every couple of days at that time, and then it lengthened to a couple of weeks, and then it kind of stabilized to once every couple of weeks, 1-2 weeks, and then, you know, whenever I feel like it. So then after that I changed my notebook to what you call this? It's a Japanese brand called Life Stationery. Bomb brand. Super good. It's all hand-bound books. To my understanding, it's mostly hand-bound books. And the paper is all fountain pen friendly and calligraphy friendly. Oh my lord, do I have to remember all this? Behind a waterfall casino. And the moon pulls alluring home. Search. Okay. Hold up. So now by the time by today, like I've accumulated a lot of stationery. Too much stationery. I have brush pens, I have washi, I have rubber stamps, PET tapes, scrap paper, random stickers, postcards even, like some from friends and some that I bought because they look cool. I have bought so much stationery. Okay, it's not a lot by comparison to other people who have stationery, but I only have a singular drawer on at my desk, and that's full with fountain pen stuff, journal stuff, stationery stuff. And because it's so full, it kind of prevents me from buying more, which I think it's great. I think that's a good thing, you know? But at the same time, a bit sad. At the same time, a bit sad. Because like, I think in the past year, cause last year March, I moved to a different job, but I still shop at the place, and like the people that I work with, majority of them are still there, and like even the people who stopped working there, like we're still in the group chat, you know, and that's great. Oh, waterfall. Oh, hold on. Did we find? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
You will obey.
Like even when was this? I think. Oh. What the hell? Oh hell. Take that.
None shall whisper.
Oh. Yeah, so we're all still good friends. And when was it? I think it was Labor Day. It was Labor Day. A few of us, we search for the artificial moon. A few of us, we went karaoke. We went karaoke. I think that was like early May. Yeah, went karaoke, and it was fun. Like we caught up. We said a few things, you know, how we're doing and stuff, and we just had fun. And a lot of time, it's not really also like, okay, this is what I've been doing and blah blah blah, but it's more like, okay, let's have fun and we just make memories, you know. And that's kind of like the best thing that I could ever
Cherish
have
every game.
right now. It's the best thing I could ever have. Okay. Where to now? Oh, let's go forward. So, okay, what was I talking about? Because, like, me and stationery and my friends. I mean, in the end, there's nothing to it, really. Like, I don't think much about it, but it's surprising to discover that stationery and the people that I meet around stationery has helped me a lot. So I'm always grateful for these people. the thing with streaming, like how that pertains to streaming is that it's again another way of sharing. It's such a great way of sharing stuff, and it helps me. At least I hope streaming is gonna help me be more outgoing and more expressive with myself, because I'm already using journaling to like self-soothe and express how I feel, at least on paper, you know, like it doesn't have to be in front of others. But I've reached a point where that's not enough. Like I need to, like I have the need. It's almost like a need, actually. I have the need to interact with people and talk with people about what I like, the things that's happening to me, you know, opinions, all that, you know. So that's where I'm at in this point in time, is that I want to be better at expressing myself, at talking specifically, to be honest, and also to be like engaging with people, to have proper conversations, because that's I mean, as dumb as it sounds, having proper conversation was not a thing that I learned growing up, which is extremely sad. Yeah, extremely sad. Oh, that's a far reach. At first, like, at first when I kind of noticed, like, okay, I don't talk much because I actually don't have friends, like, in school. Like, people who were around me I didn't consider as friends. Yeah, I kind of missed the thing. So there's just a lot. I realize now that this is a lot to unpack for myself, because like now I'm realizing like how much mental load it is to stream. It's a lot. I think when people start out, I think 9 times out of 10 people don't understand it. It's a lot. That's a huge mental load. And for me, who's someone who has always been on their own, who has always like just did their thing quietly, like a lurker. I'm mostly a lurker, to be honest, in streams before I started streaming. But if I'm going to be a streamer, I can't be a lurker. I have to be engaging. And that's a lesson that I'm learning right now, and see what part of myself that I can put out there to be engaging. Because like I suck at lying. So you know that means I suck at being fake. I won't be able to lie myself out of things.
It's all yours.
To save my life, to be honest.
It's time.
And it's tiring. Isn't it tiring to constantly lie to yourself about certain things, to constantly lie to people about certain things? Already life is very, very, very difficult. Life is already very difficult. I don't need more difficulty by making up stuff in between everything. Okay, if you hear the rumbling, that's literally the roof of my building rumbling. Because there is loud thunder and stuff. Okay, so that's what that is. I forgot to mention that early in the stream, because like it's been thundering for a while. Oh my lord!
Endure and defy.
Come to me.
Will obey.
Yeah. Hey. Noise. Okay.
Remnants of the past.
My god. Up. Okay. Big stuff. So yeah. I think okay, maybe now I should kind of elaborate like what I want to do in general with streaming. Okay, first things first is definitely to hone my craft. Yeah, is to hone my craft, first of all. That means it's continuous learning. But I'm at the point where I can now confidently continue to learn and do other stuff as well. So one of the things is my streaming setup. Okay, is my iPad, which I can see the Twitch comments. And then I have OBS, of course.
None shall whisper.
OBS, and I linked it to a YouTube channel, so I stream on YouTube as well.
First aid.
Hold on.
You will obey.
Okay, after figuring out that, after figuring out YouTube, I now am in a position where I can stream on both platforms. But to be honest, I prefer YouTube. But because I've so far learned on Twitch, so I've stuck with Twitch so far. Oh.
Target confirmed. Misery follows.
So I need to decide if I want to continue on Twitch and YouTube or just be on YouTube. I think that's a real possibility for myself because like I don't want to spread myself too thin. Like I already okay sure I have a dual setup and everything, but is it helping me right now? Not really, or at least I mean yeah, not really. I mean, also to be fair, I'm not doing anything about marketing. Again, I'm not doing anything about marketing and stuff, so I can't really say for sure. I haven't actually, because like this is technically my only time that I've ever like had a strategic thinking for my channel or streaming in general. Oh come on.
Target confirmed.
Because like what I'm doing is not niche. What I like is not niche. So if I want to think about it in a very analytical way, I need to be very, very different. I need to be very out there, and I need to be very unique in order to grow very quickly. You know. And then I thought, you know, like, why do I have to grow quickly?
An unexpected discovery.
I don't think people actually thought about why they want to grow quickly. They just know it's good to grow quickly. Like, and that's a valid statement. Like, it's good to grow quickly, you know. I mean, the sooner that you succeed, the better, isn't it? But at least for me, oh my god, this thunder. Well, at least it's not gonna be too hard. That's a bonus for me. So, okay, again, my main thing when I think about people wanting to succeed quickly is that depending on the subject matter, the topic, the profession, the specialty, is growing quickly a good thing? And for me, with streaming, and like for me personally with streaming, I say I don't know. I don't know. And that's a dangerous answer to reach, because it means I don't know what I want out of streaming. I don't you know, or like my goals, they now differ from before. It's not a bad thing, but it's something that I think while you're chasing the goal, you should know what your goal is. You should be reminded what your goal is. And if your goal changes halfway through the process, then you should be able to readjust your plan and like, yeah, readjust your plan so that if it fits towards your goal. So I'm at a point where I didn't realize my goals have changed, and I didn't like that my goals have changed. I also didn't like that I didn't like how my goals have changed. So previously it was, you know, simply have fun and like, you know, share opinions, share thoughts, engage with people. But now one of the biggest problems with that is like, even with just wanting to engage with people, that in and of itself is a lot of effort to try to get that, you know, marketing yourself and all that, which I haven't been doing. And that's kind of like the bad thing that I'm doing. Like, I shouldn't not market myself. I should be marketing myself. If I want people to come in, I should be marketing myself. So that's something I'm reflecting on, and I'm trying to figure out different methods that is most comfortable for me, schedules that's most comfortable for me, and like content that is what I like. One of it, of course, is gaming, but you know, like no, more than half, 90% of streamers are playing games, 90%. And then another thing that I wanted to stream is art, because I do art. I do digital art, I do sketching, a pencil drawing, watercolor, journaling, in fact, decorating my journals and stuff. Like, oh, that's beautiful. Like, this is something that I want to share as well, you know? And I want to make it entertaining for me. And I want to show that you can do this on your own at whatever level that you are, and you can also do this as a group. My big thing is being able to do this as a group. Like, if I had even 10 subscribers that follow me, that join me on my journal decorating stream, for example, I would be happy that they would decorate their journal at the same time that I'm doing it. That's the beauty of an art jam, you know? And you get to see, I mean, physically, you get to see what supplies they have, what style they have, and sometimes you get to share stories as well. And that's the beauty of an art jam. So that's something that I think is one of the goals that I want to achieve, is to have an art jam on stream. Like, people can just join in, and whether it's to paint along, do journaling along with me, anything. But it's I think, to me, that's such a happy thought for me to have, you know, to be able to share that with people and to talk about stationery, because like over here the stationery circle is a little bit hidden, and also like there's not a lot of places where you can find like stationery communities and stuff. So it's always nice to know other people who
Remnants of the past.
enjoy what you enjoy, you know? And I think that's also it boils down to everything creative, you know, whether you're a YouTuber, you're on social media like TikTok and Instagram, and you're posting content. I think the biggest thing is for me the most common denominator about all of this is that you want to share things, and also like you want to share it with people that like the same thing that you do. There's you know, and being relatable in that sense. I get it. Okay, hold on. So like, the core of it all for every streamer is finding a place they belong. And when streamers do find the community that they belong to, it is it's a beautiful thing to foster, you know?
Cherish every game.
Oh my god.
You will obey.
Where'd you guys
With
come
the
from?
sounds.
Nice.
Be gone.
Okay. So I think that's kind of my goal, is to be able to find my community. Like people who like to game, people who like to journal, people who like to do art, and not to be and be the calm one. Like yeah. Like I want to meet other cozy gamers, other cozy art people, and talk about life. And you will find that sometimes these quiet people are often have the most jarring opinions. Not bad ones, but jarring sometimes, you know? Okay. Let me focus a little bit on this. Oh my god. So fun. Even more? Oh my god. Hold on. Let me because okay, I'm saying this again. I can be talkative, but I'm not that talkative. Like once I run out of things to say, I really do be running out of things to say. Oh my gosh. And I think like engaging doesn't mean talkative, you know, and maybe some people like get that confused. Oh. Gosh. Ah. Nice. Okay. Woo. Leave. Yeah, so okay, let me write that down. The purpose is to share. That is my thing for stream. I want to share the things I like, and I want to meet other people, meet others who are like me. 1, 2, and third one is community. I think that's the biggest thing for me, is to have a community, to have a sense of belonging. It sounds sad. It sounds sad, but it's true. That do be how it feels. Okay. Oh, oh my god. Let me just rehydrate, man. I'm gonna have a sore throat. Like, when was it? Yesterday morning? Today morning? No, it was today morning. Like, I woke up and I tried to make a sound, and the sound didn't come out from my mouth. I had terrible sore throat. I don't know what it was, man, but it's continuing today. Let's just do this. There's so many side quests. Look at this. I don't even know what to do. Pedestal device. Should we do that? Okay, let's do that. Well, today is really a stream of consciousness kind of thing. I have a lot going on this weekend, like this past weekend, which again, it made me reflect on a lot of things. And so I'm kind of in a fuck it with ball mood right now. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my thing. I don't think people actually realize how much you have to focus on just doing your thing to actually be doing your thing and not care about the things surrounding you. Okay, never seen. Circuit, okay. So I made a special trip just to check them out, but nothing happened when I tried to launch the projection. My hand slid through it. It's slightly because I'm not a resonator. Leave it to me, whatever that thing may be. It's a device quest. Hold on. Oh, tutorial quest. Another thing? Right, no, this is to track. This is also to track. Gosh. I wonder what device this is. Oh my goodness. Hey! Okay, what all device that we have right now? Oh my lord. Loot mapper, projector, waypoint, zoom camera, grapple, sensor. I basically use these three things only, to be honest. Okay. Head to where the pedestal is located. Another one of these things? Yeah, actually a little bit more tough than I expected. Wait, why did you go all the way there? Why did you go all the way there? Huh? Is it because I already like did one of those? I did one of those yesterday, I think. So maybe because I did that I don't have to do it again? Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Who knows? Oh. Pedestal. Yeah, I think it's just that. Okay. Let's do... We don't have time for exploration quests. Let's just do more side quests and have more... Wait, there's side quests in the city itself. Whee! Random. Okay. Oh, elderly person. Let's do it. Grandma Dre. How's everything going on the front lines? Hope the child's doing okay. If not, she would have gone up. Oh, okay, this grandma, she has Alzheimer's or Alzheimer-esque disease. So when I did her quest, there was an old man trying to you know, flirt and get her, and it turns out that old man is her husband. Difficult, isn't it? Difficult. Oh. Okay, pressing back up. Oh. T. Let me cancel tracking. Eesh. Oh my god. What are you? I didn't get... Okay, let me go and get the waypoint out there. My oh, my throat hurts a little bit. My throat hurts a little bit. Not a good idea. Not a good. Oh. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. I forgot to explain about. I made a list. I did make a list. I made a list of what I wanted to do with streaming. You know, things like games. Mostly just games and journaling and art. To be honest with you, like that's not really much else that I would want to do. Yeah, there's not really much else I want to do, and it's not. I mean, at least for now, that's what I want to do. I wouldn't know in the future. Okay. So we'll see about. We'll see. What is over here? Oh. Yeah, so one of it was like what stuff I want to stream.
Target confirmed.
Of course games, because for me it's like kill two birds with one stone. Like I get to play games and do my daily task and also stream.
It's time. Stay calm.
Yada.
Misery follows.
And then it's kind of like the same motivation with doing art as well. Like I get to do art and I get to stream. So it's kind of like a kill two birds with one stone kind of thing.
Administering first aid.
You will obey.
Yeah. So that was a simple question to answer for me. You know what I want to do on stream, and my purpose was again to just share, just talk, have a community, build a community, and yeah, hopeful and just being able to talk with other people. I feel like that in itself is a blessing, you know. And more than anything, that is what I want, to be able to talk with people that like what I like. It's such a novel thing for me. Like for other people,
Target confirmed.
to other people it's such a normal thing, but for me it's so novel because I never really had people who liked what I liked, or even if they did,
None shall whisper.
they didn't think they wouldn't talk to me. I'm not someone that they talk to. As sad as that sounds, but that's true. Okay.
Sever.
Nice.
You will obey.
Okay. So yeah. So that's done. Like what my purpose of streaming is and what kind of stuff that I want to stream. And then the next part is where it gets a little bit cumbersome. I say cumbersome because it's a lot of effort, especially since I'm doing it on my own. It's a lot of effort. Okay, hold on. Where is the thing? Let's break these first. So the thing that is going to be a lot of effort is of course the visuals. For me it's the visuals because like I have specific wants on how I want to, or on what kind of visuals and illustrations I want to have.
Unexpected discovery.
And if I want those things, I have to pay. You know, which is not, you know, which I don't have. I don't have money to pay for illustrations for something that is more like a hobby right now. You know? But I also want to make it good quality. I want to be proud of what I have. So, my other goal is, so in line of that, I want to make like my own stream overlays, and like I already kind of have an avatar. I have an avatar which is my seal. My backstory of the seal is that it's my it's the plushie that I sleep with every night. that's what my seal is. Yeah. and she's cute, you know. She's cute and she just fits under my chin. And when I hug her to sleep. Okay, nothing good from calling out? Okay. So I want to make overlays and mostly overlays, I would say. Mostly overlays that fit her. Or should I say me, Marshy. With the seal icons. And like the color scheme and everything. So like that's something I actually studied, figured out. I not go there? Oh my god! Where are you? You're not there. Let's try you there. So What's on my list? Hold on. Let me. Where is all those things of paper? Ah, yes. So the important part was like the overlay style, like what kind of screens I want to have. You know, not necessarily dimensions, but what do I need to do to achieve the kind of overlays that I wanted to do. And I made like simple thumbnails about of it, what I want and what kind of illustrations that I want, mostly for like my ending screen and starting soon screen. Yes. So because I want to feature more of. Why are you there? Yeah, I want to feature more of my avatar in my art. And another one is also branding, you know, things like whether it's YouTube page or hold on. Whether it's YouTube page or Twitch, like the panels and stuff, like the style and the style that I want to have. I want to find a person. Wait. Oh my god, this three-headed heron. Oh my god. So yeah, I wrote some stuff, you know, like oh my god.
None shall whisper. Endure and defy. The sounds.
Misery follows.
Stay calm. The die is cast.
Stand down.
Leave it to me.
Okay. Yeah, so I have like a screen for just chatting, a screen for ending, a screen for starting soon, what are the different motifs and icons I want to have, or what the layouts I want to have, like shorts as well, how I want to lay out the shorts, where I want to post the shorts, and another thing I want to do is to explore Discord, but I want to see, like, for my needs, how is that going to be useful for me? Because I still don't know. I still don't know about Discord. I've never used Discord before. You know, so I don't know how to use it. So I'm also have to learn about that. So far, that's all I have. I think that's a good start. And yeah, so those are the things that I'll be working on outside of stream, outside of work, outside of responsibilities. And they're all going to come together much later. I don't know how long it's gonna take me, but hopefully, like, it's like I don't want to give myself a long timeline because deadline. Sorry, I don't want to give myself a very long deadline because I want to keep things simple, and my art is not simple. My art is I like to do more realistic style, but that is time consuming, and based on my avatar, like, that is not like complicated. It's not going to work well with it. So I need to figure out certain motifs, certain patterns, certain colors that are not so complicated, but it's unique to me. And you could say, you know, like the seal, Marshy, the seal, is kind of like my OC. I've never drawn like the original characters before because I never had that, and it never appealed to me to draw my own character, except for this one, because like if I had something to represent me, it'll be this. It'll be me, Marshy as the seal. Because first of all, look at it. It's so cute. To my inspiration, the plushie is so cute. and it's supposed to bring me comfort when I see it. That was one of my goals, also, is to be comfort. Is to look at it and not feel stressed about it. You know, it's simple, it has texture because of the brushes that I use, and so like everything about the style, the color and everything is going to be based off my avatar, like my overlays and everything, so yeah, I'm gonna try, It's, now that I'm talking out loud about it, saying that I'm gonna do this, it's not as intimidating as I thought it would be, and like a lot of the imposter syndrome has disappeared. Weirdly enough. Hold on, let me this thing. Okay. I mean, it's not that it's going to be very easy to finish. No, not for me. I have a lot of practical skills. I have decent practical skills, but my application skills is quite bad. So like, I know I can do it, but because I'm gonna do it and use that product for myself and for other people to see, that's the intimidating part. And it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. Because in the end, this is what I like, this is what I can do, and it's not bad.
Fruit of human civilization.
I draw not bad. You know? Follow clues. Where is this dot going? I also okay, I also watch tarot card readings, like for myself, and it might, okay, people might think it's along the same lines as all that horoscope mumbo jumbo, and I can agree to a certain extent, but I think like the creators for like tarot card reading that I watch, their main guideline for their viewers is that, okay, you pick a group that you want to pick, but that is calling to you, and then whatever you hear for that group, you take what resonates with you. Everyone, I think a lot of people use that same sentence, take what resonates with you, and it means that if they say a certain thing and that thing reminds you of something, then that is what the message is for you, you know? But if nothing comes to mind when they say a certain thing, then they don't have to take it, because it's probably not for them, it's probably for someone else who has selected the same group, you know? And I took it, so everything I take it with a grain of salt. If there's a situation that they describe that does not apply to me and my and like my current environment, then like, of course I'm not going to take it. And sometimes, like, even I find like, okay, halfway throughout the reading for the group, I'm like, okay, a lot of things is not applying to me. Do I go back and pick another group? Because it can happen. It can happen. Huh? So like, at least for me, instead of being like, oh, predicting the future and stuff, it's more of a lead to associate things, and then clarity and association. So hold on, let me turn off my air conditioning, it's a bit cold. So it's like, for example, right, there'll be one reading where it's like, okay, something about work is gonna come up. You might have someone trying to get in the way of your team project, or something's not going really a team project. And then when you hear that, some people will be like, oh my god, I'm actually working on the team project right now, and it's very big, and sometimes it could be like, oh, nothing's going wrong yet, but that means something might go wrong, I have to be extra careful. Or like, something has gone wrong, and yes, this is what, and yes, like, I'm currently in the mess, you know? So it's not predicting the future. It's more guidance. It's more, and it's relative to like you and your situation. And to be honest, this has helped me a lot. It has helped me a lot to gain clarity, and also being open to different perspective. And sometimes, right, in some things you'll be like, for example, oh man, I have to now go and do this repair for my car, blah blah blah, I have to do it soon, otherwise blah blah blah, you know, there'll be some kind of consequences. But then when you go for that, when you watch that card reading, they'll be like, okay, try to avoid going on long travels, or like try to avoid driving so often, because you might end up getting in a difficult situation that can cost you more. And then you hear that, and then you kind of relate it to your car situations, like, didn't I say I need to go and do certain repairs for my car? And that's kind of like confirmation for you to like, okay, I have to go and do it now. Because now, not only is the thought of something happening to you stuck in your head, but like, now it's even more confirmation to your brain, to your consciousness, that it's like, okay, if I really don't go and do this, something's really gonna happen. And then when you go and get it done, you don't really think twice about it, because like, you chose to bring your car for service, you chose to make repairs for your car. So I think it's a little bit magical, because like, I'll be watching a card reading one day, and I'll be like, okay, I have to take note of this, but as a dumbass person that I am, I don't write these things down. But because I feel like, okay, if I can relate to it, if I heard it and relate to it, I should be able to remember this, because it's pertaining to my current situation. Which is the dumbest thing ever. Oh my gosh. So yeah, but yeah, so I find tarot card readings useful because it gives me a lot of clarity. I can be a very blur person. Yeah, I can be very blur, very innocent. Not innocent, naive about my situation. So this give me clarity. Yeah. And it also roots me down to like what are the actual problems and what are the things that I am exaggerating, you know. So that's why I actually, from time to time, I do like to watch tarot card readings. Dig. Oh my gosh.
Target confirmed.
Man, that was a tangent, if anything. That was such a tangent. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh, putting stuff here. Where did the dog go? Okay, hold on. Where did the dog go? Okay. Why is there so many of these crystal thingies? Oh.
Cherish every gain.
Where are you taking me? Of course you freeze up now. Okay, never mind. I'm going to let me. I know I'm supposed to do this. Okay. Found a device and a letter. Okay. Okay. She recently got accepted into a top school in Zhengzhou and has set her sights high on working for the Ministry of Development. Blah blah blah. I can hardly believe her. Good luck, but I couldn't be happier for her. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, my throat is parched. I've been talking so much. I didn't think I was capable of talking in gaming, but here I am. See, that's another thing that I get to learn about myself, you know? You think you can't do something because of your inexperience or whatnot, but then you go ahead and do it anyway, and then you learn, oh, I actually can do it. And isn't that a miracle?
Remnants of the past.
I feel like half the people who draw, who do art or do art for a living, like I think they have like a similar sentiment at the beginning of their career or journey in art. Like they start off thinking, no, I can't do it, but then the more they do, the more they see the improvement. And for some people it's going to be very drastic, some people it's going to be like slower, but that doesn't matter, you know. And I guess this is something that I should relate back to me learning how to stream and finding my space in streaming. I think that's the right phrase for me, is to find my space in streaming, because like what I like is not very unique, you know. So it's like, what can I bring that is different to people that like what I like? And for me, I guess it's just more of the yapping, to be honest. It's more of the yapping. Okay. I watch Holostar's VTubers because they're funny. I enjoy their humor. I also enjoy some of their content. Gerard T. Rexford is a yapper if I ever see one. He's a yapper. But I think one of the big reasons why he can continue to yap is because he has an audience, and that audience is just as engaging as him. Like sometimes I'd be looking at chat, and I'd be looking at his chat, and I'm like, God damn, they be as crazy as Gerard. And no one is to blame other than Gerard for enabling such behaviors, you know? Oh man. And then another Polestars that I really enjoy hearing talk is Ruse, Crimson Ruse. To be honest, only recently, because like he may be this crass, muscular, axe-wielding bounty hunter, but there is a big part of his personality that has, how to say, you know, people who are like that, some of them, they can be that loud and boisterous and like weird and like weird because they have experienced some things, they've gone through it, and they've now found the joy in being that boisterous, silly person. And in that sense, Ruse has reached a commercial peak. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like he now does it so well in front of his audience, in front of any audience. And I wish I could be that way. In a sense that personally, I wish I could be that way in front of people that I don't know, people that I'm not familiar with, or new people that I meet. I want to be that way. And for me, that's the thing that I admire from him. And that's the thing that I have to remember is like, ironic, like I am past the mental age where I care about how people think of me and how I speak and what I like. I'm past that stage, and I should embody that even more. Oh my! Oh! What? Okay, finding figs. Okay. So yeah, this is a lot of unpacking to do, and like a little bit sad is that I don't really have anyone to talk about streaming with. Like, my parents don't know. I'm not that close with my parents. Nothing bad or anything. It's just that's how life came about for me. Like, because I've gone on to do my thing and my parents are doing their thing. Like, it's just so I'm not that closely bonded with my family. It's not a bad thing. It can be sad, but it's not a bad thing. I don't have very strong opinions about it. I take it as it is and I just go on my life. And so now I feel like I need to be able to learn to like roll with the punches and to just accept that I am nowhere near I will be nowhere near all these top streamers and stuff right now. In the future, I probably won't as well, but I hope in the future, like, all these streamers, mostly VTubers to be honest, that I'm watching, that I like their content, that I respect them as a person, as a content creator, like, I hope I can emulate even a fraction of what they represent to me, you know, because, like, my decision to hit start stream was a culmination of things, and I want people to know that this does not just apply to streaming. It can apply to any other creative endeavors, whether it's starting a business, whether it's taking up a new art hobby, whether it's selling art or anything. It's scary at first, and there's a lot of upfront investment that needs to be done, and which is something I've not done since I started the start stream, since I hit the start stream button. So yeah, like, it's also a little scary. Like, before this, it was just like, okay, let's just take it, like, you know, go about it as one does, you know, don't take it seriously, all that kind of thing. But I've reached a point where I want to take it seriously. I should take it seriously. Especially if I want to achieve the goals I have for streaming, I should take it seriously. And it's not numbers or anything like that. It's more like okay, let me go for this. It's not numbers or anything like that, but it's more like if you want to have a community, if you want to have people talking to you on stream, you need to figure out how, why, and when people will come and visit your stream. Because only then can you strategize. And currently that is my biggest lesson. Like, even as a hobby, like, these are things you have to think about, because they matter in terms of building viewership, in terms of for you to interact in the way that you want to interact. So yeah, numbers is not a bad thing. Being attentive to numbers is not a bad thing. Being obsessive about it, that's a bad thing. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh.
Target confirmed.
Whoa. Administering first aid. Ha!
You will obey. One with the sounds.
Wow.
Too slow. All is fair in war. The die is cast.
Whee! Nice! Where are you? Where are you, stupid bird? Oh, you glitched.
None shall
Oh, you
whisper
glitched, you
among the
stupid bird.
Embracing change.
Summer! All is fair in war.
Nice. Oh.
It's time.
Why was that a lot easier than I thought? Okay, hold on. I talked a lot today. I talked a lot, I yapped a lot. I talked about many things. I hope it makes sense to some people.
Sprouting
This is
marks the
how
inception
this,
of a
when I'm
plant's
talkative, this is how I am
journey. Tiny
being
miracle in
talkative.
motion.
Sadly, sadly it's all over the place. Okay, hold on. Casket delivery level up. Okay, sure. Okay, maybe I think after I do this casket delivery thing, I am done for today. This might be directionless. This might be super directionless, but I hope that this clears up the intention that I want to have for streaming, especially for myself. Like, this better be clear for you, Marshy. Like, you know, I'm going to continue to work. I'm going to like work on like what I want to do with streaming. I'm going to continue with planning how I want to do things, and also like learning, just straight up learning along the way, you know, because I did, in a way, I kind of already did part 1 was to learn how to start a stream. Now I feel like I have to learn how to promote. Is that the correct word? Yeah, promote my stream, market my stream, get people in my stream. While there's no particular deadline, you know, on like, oh, I need to reach this many subs or this many concurrent viewers, my deadline would be like, okay, by end of the week, I need to get the rough sketch done. By end of that week, I need to get the colors done. That is my goal. And also maybe like, oh, well, today you learn how to do this, you know? I think that's how I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that's all for today for me. I'm gonna rest my voice. I need to drink more water. And then I'm gonna complete all my dailies in Genshin and Starla, which will take me like 40 minutes tops. And I'm gonna hit the sack because I've been surviving on 4 hours the past couple days, so I need to sleep. So I am done for today. I will stream on Thursday. Same thing, Wuthering Waves. Same thing, more yapping. And clearing, and maybe I will start with the exploration quests, like all these, and get all the results. What's this? Synthesis. Reduce vibration strength target. I don't know what this is. But yeah, I'll start with the exploration quests next time. In the meantime, like if in between these days, like I'll complete a few side quests here and there. But that's about it. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. I'm gonna sign out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has a good day ahead. I hope everyone had a good day. You know, hope in overall the day was good. Day will be good, and even if it's not, tomorrow will be another day, and it will be another good day. So.
I see my way clear.
Yeah, I see my way clear too. Kalcharo. Ironically. Okay, stop stream. I'm gonna stop stream now. Okay, bye bye. Good night to me. Good night to someone else, and good day to everyone.